Hello, hi, this is Rani Ahmed with you, and in this lesson I'm going to talk to you about how to use Admob with Androwish. It's just an idea, it's not really something that you're gonna integrate Androwish with Admob. They will not really work at the same time. Um, let's start with defining things here. Admob is the software that's provided by Google to allow you display their ads on their advertisements on your app. Okay, and you later can be paid for this task. Okay. Now you know Androwish is the tool that is the interpreter of TCL and TK on Android. Okay, now there's another thing I want to talk to you about in this lecture or this lesson. Okay, there's something called DLTK. Okay, now this is an add-on to Eclipse. DLTK is short for Dynamic Languages Toolkit or Dynamic Language Toolkit. This toolkit will allow you to edit the codes of TCL and Ruby and Perl, PHP, JavaScript, all those dynamic languages, okay, those interpreted languages on Eclipse. Okay, this way, because of DLTK, we can write our Androwish code, okay, or Androwish application in a way that mixes between the presence of Java to write a normal everyday Android app the usual way. You know, every Android programmer uses mainly Java, and here we are adding TCL/TK on our Android app. Okay, so I'm going to show to teach you a little bit of the Java of Android. Okay, and because we cannot put the Admob at the same time with the Admob views, okay, with the Androwish view. Okay, so you have to put the Admob in a separate page alone, different from the Androwish page. Okay, so I know what I'm going to tell you is just something you might find everywhere. It's just like how to set up Admob in your Android project, but it's just there's a trick we have to do just to make it work with Androwish. Okay, now okay, so this is our Eclipse here. Here I'm using Kepler. Okay, you can use Luna. Okay, to download DLTK, you have to add this URL to your install sites. Okay, here from install new software. Okay, by clicking help and go to install new software. Okay. And after finding the link that's here, okay, you will find a number of versions of DLTK. Now, because I have already installed DLTK for TCL, you won't find it in version 2 here, but just as an example, here's in version 1. Okay, so you'll find those packages for TCL, and you can type here TCL. It gives you everything that's related to TCL. Okay. So you've got the point here. So you just, after selecting, for example, anything related to TCL, okay, just press next and follow the instructions. It's not a big deal. There's the license, you have to accept it, and that's it. Just press next until you're done. Okay, and then it will ask you to restart Eclipse, not to restart the operating system, Eclipse alone. Okay, now this is all about the LTK. And of course, regarding your code in Androwish, you will find it here in you start with a file named main.tcl in the assets folder in the project of the Android app, and there's a folder here named app. You have to put the main inside it, okay, and start editing your Androwish code here. Now, regarding our Admob stuff, first of all, you have to go to File, Import, okay, and we have to add something, the Google Play services. So I go to existing projects into the workspace, okay, and browse, okay. Now this is the path. See, I myself put it inside the downloads folder, inside another folder named download, but all we need to care about is just this path from Android SDK Linux, which is I'm writing here completely in one line. So you have to follow this path, okay, to import the Google Play Services library. Okay, there's a library project. It's an Android project you have to import. Okay, it's already imported. So after importing, and of course don't forget to put to check the copy projects into workspace. Okay, and it will be copied into your Eclipse workspace. See, this is how it will appear here. Okay, now you right click your project, you go to properties, okay, and go to Android, go to the bottom and go here. Okay, see, I press add. Now you don't find anything here, but let's imagine that this was not there, so I have to add and it will appear for me. Okay, so I add it again. Okay, and then just press OK and everything will be done. Okay, so this is how you just begin with adding Admob, but we did not run Admob and it does not run yet if we think of running the code. Now we make a new activity, okay, by going to the project here, okay, right click and select on the project package, okay, here. See, this is the project package. Right click, a new, and then of course you add a new activity. Cool. Now the activity, once it's added, by default, when you downloaded the Hello DLTK project, it is the starting or the beginning or the one that you start running the app with. It's the default activity, at startup. So you have to go first to change the default activity from Hello TCLTK to the Admob activity. Okay, and then we go to the manifest, and then see there's a tag here named application. Underneath that tag you have to add those lines, okay, those two lines. Okay, and to change the default activity from Hello TCLTK to Admob activity, those lines, okay, you have to shift them from this activity to this activity. Okay, you have to make it like this one here. Okay, see, here's a slash activity here for this activity. Okay, so like let's say they were here. Okay, so you will have to move it to Admob activity like this. Okay, just to make it make Admob activity the main and launcher and default. Okay, now the application launcher. Next, yep, you go to Admob activity. Okay, no, first this is the in the Admob activity. Yes, we will have to make an a layout for that activity, okay, for this activity, AdMob activity. And here I should make the layout. It's an XML file. You should put it here in the layouts. Just right click and create a new Java or Android XML layout. Okay, Android layout here like this. Okay, you just follow the steps, but quickly and simply, that's all what we're going to do is we will have this view. Okay, this view. Let me show you the app, what it will do. Here is the emulator. This is the app here. It's just a Cisco log server. It's just a server that logs everything to you at the screen directly. It will not save anything. Now, at this page where that you see that this is an activity here, you will see the disable button, okay, and it tells you to wait for an ad. So once that ad shows up, okay, or any ad that shows up, you just close that ad, okay, that advertisement, you close it, and then you can have the chance to enable and click this button that will move later to or will take you later to the Androwish activity. Okay, this one that has the real application. Okay. Okay, so all we have to do is just wait. Until we get something. Now, regarding the regarding what's here, it's just a linear layout, which means things are on top of each other. Okay. Now, this is for if you want to make a banner ad mob, which means like there's a mobile ad that sits on the top here. See, on the top of the button here. Okay, in this white space here. Okay, so this is what we included from here. This is another file. No, not this one, sorry. This one. Okay, this one's in the layout. You just copy paste this as is. Okay, but what you should do is define in the AdMob ID, okay, in the strings. Okay, this is your AdMob ID. And in the strings, I also defined the text that's written on the button. Okay, like this. Okay, this is the rest of definitions. All the strings definitions are set here, and you use anything that's text. Okay, you use for example, something like this. This is here a text for the button. You just use add string and you call it from the strings file. Okay. Now, as long as we've done all this is just for the AdMob activity. Okay. We're going to explain the code. Now, here you have to add first for the AdMob, you have to add this line, this import line, okay, as is, and then because we want to make also not also a banner AdMob, okay, we want to make also an attestation, the one that goes on the top and floats over the app. Okay. Now use this line. Okay, type it here inside the class. This is an object named add view. Okay, that's of type interstitial add, okay, from this class. And also this defines the button that we saw in the main here, this one. It has the key, the ID, I mean, button 1 here. So we call it button 1, same thing. And here we have to have a task, okay, that's scheduled to be repetitive. Every 5 seconds will be called. This task will always like insist on the admob server to serve me a new ad, okay. So just imagine that you got an ad here, okay. You will be clicking to move to the Android app. That's all. Okay, so I'm going to shut down this just because I'm having a high heat here. Now, here I start with setting the main layout for the admob activity by calling this file. So I use this line to call this file, and then I define the button like this, which is defined also in the main here. Okay, and this is just what will happen. This is the event of clicking the button. Okay, we will come to it once we talk about the rest. Okay, because by default we start with a disabled button. See, enabled is false, so it's disabled. Okay. We move down to the bottom. Okay, so here all those lines, okay, define the not the contents, the ad view itself. Okay, what will it do? Okay, how it's where it's going to be displayed. So this admob, this line here says I'm making a new interstitial ad, and it has to be displayed on top of the admob activity. Okay, on top of the layout of the admob activity. And then this is the admob ID, because you have to get it from and use it from the admob account that you have inside online. Okay, so you have to register with admob to get this line. Okay, so which is already coming from the strings here, okay, which you of course you get it from the website of admob. Okay, and this method getString, okay, will let me read the file strings.xml. Okay, so this way I can get the r.string, so reading the file of strings of XML of strings here. Okay, admob.id. Okay, so and we finally make a request and then try to load it. Okay, this does not mean if you call this function or this method, it means that it has been loaded. It can be also displayed. Okay, what you have to do first, now before this, I think first I want to say that this step is just for creating the activity. See, it's on create. Now once things are created, they're ready to run. So you go to the step of on start. So once it's started, we call display interstitial. This is a method, okay, that it's a method from your own. So this one contains that task that we talked about, the repetitive task. So you make from here till here, all this highlighted section, okay, is the repeated task. Okay, now so, and also what I did is just said here in a toast, in a flashy message, okay, that you have to wait for the ad to appear, okay, with like a length of type long length to wait, okay, longer time to wait. and here's the task. Okay, so it runs in parallel with the application, and also the GUI has also to run in parallel with the application too. Okay, so add view is a view, okay, and it has to run in parallel, so it does not freeze the app, okay, once loaded and going to be displayed. So that's why you use run on UI, okay, and make a new runnable, something that's going to be run on the run on UI thread, okay. Run on the user interface thread, which means run parallel to the user interface, okay. So every time it will check if the view has been loaded, so it checks whether there's you've got a response from the Admob server, okay. So once you get this response, you enable the button, okay. Then therefore he can the customer, I mean, can click the button to move to the Androwish code, and then this is your add view, okay, to show the advertisement, okay. Now this is outside the if statement. This will always tell me inside the app here, okay, inside the log cat, I mean, or inside the Eclipse, it will tell you always what happens. So I'm saying inside interstitial, it will always, every time it calls this timer task, it will print time inside interstitial, okay. And here I'm saying, okay, to wait after it starts the activity for 5 seconds. This is 5000 milliseconds, which is 5 seconds, and then start every 5 seconds a call to the timer task, which means calling the if add view is loaded, okay. So once it's loaded, enable the button, go to the button, okay, and don't forget to cancel the timer, because the timer, even if you moved to a new activity, it will stay and keep working and still alive, okay. Now start activity, and you start the activity using an intent, okay, and the intent starts from Admob activity, which is the current one, to the DLTK class, which is the Androwish activity, okay. And then don't forget also to finish the Admob activity, okay. So when you say finish, it means finish this Admob activity, okay. So when the user clicks the back key on his phone or his tablet, it will quit back to the operating system, not to the Admob activity, okay. So that's all, and thanks for watching. Okay, now let's imagine that we've made a mistake in TCL. Okay, so what will happen is I should see a crash. So the crash should appear inside logcat. Okay, so this is how it's done. Okay, I'm going to run it on my phone. Okay, we're waiting here. So we go on, okay, and this is on my phone. Okay, here it's waiting for the station C. Okay, and then I click to start the app. Okay, the app tries to work now. You'll see something here like see, this is the JKL, whatever. Okay, so invalid command name, and this is an error. Okay, and it tells you where the error is. Okay, so here's the file, here's the line that has this error. Okay, and that's all.